Quest presents an unabridged recording of The Silent Quarry by Cheryl Rees-Price, narrated by Andy Cresswell. Chapter 1 1999 Gwen felt her foot slip and her body tilt backwards as the object she held in her hand fell from her grasp and clattered against the cliff face before falling into the depths below. "I'm going to die," she thought. She could see the leaden grey clouds drifting across the sky as drops of rain fell on her face. There was no sound other than her heartbeat ringing in her ears. Adrenaline pumped through her body, kicking her brain into survival mode. She flailed her arms, trying to grasp at anything that would stop her falling, but only air swished through her fingers. Time slowed as gravity pulled her down, the air whistling through her hair. Fear froze her thoughts. She closed her eyes and waited for the impact. Gwen became aware of her body weighted down in the darkness and struggled to grasp thoughts through the dense fog in her mind. Something was trying to pull her up from the darkness, but she didn't want to leave. It was safe here. As she allowed herself to sink into oblivion, a noise filtered through, pulling her back. She concentrated on the faint, rhythmic bleeping in the distance. As the bleeping became clearer, the darkness changed hue from black to brown, then became lighter, an amber glow. She opened her eyes, and a blurred figure appeared, muttering soothing sounds. The bleeping sound grew clearer, now matching the strumming of her heart. She blinked until the face of a nurse came into focus. "Hello, pet," the nurse said with a smile. Gwen tried to speak, but her tongue lay thick and heavy in her mouth. She inched her head off the pillow and looked around. She was covered in a white sheet. Wires ran from her chest to a monitor. One arm was weighted down with a cast, and a drip stood next to the bed, emptying fluid into the other arm. Her gaze travelled down to her right leg, which was elevated and surrounded with a metal brace. She could just make out the rods protruding from her skin. She felt bile rise in her throat. She struggled to sit up, and pain stabbed at her ribs. Panic constricted her throat. The sound from the monitor increased with her rapid heartbeat. "Take it easy, honey," the nurse said. "Come now, I'll help you sit up."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?